What's going on, y'all? This your man, Carmaine Jones. I'm just chilling out in Memphis on a nice Saturday afternoon. I think it's supposed to have some scattered showers today, but it's all good. God is good either way. God creates the weather, but also the winds and the waves obey Jesus, so He's all in control. But look here, I just want to do this video. I want to give a rap tip for all aspiring performers, artists, rappers, and for anybody that has ever felt like they perform and they run out of breath when they're rapping. I got a few things that might help. So last time I performed was about a month ago. I actually had food poisoning from the night before and I almost wasn't gonna go. So I spent the following day just not eating anything. All I had was a fruit smoothie from Smoothie King. And during that performance, during that night, I didn't run out of breath at all. Now, I talked to my mom about it, and I told her all I had was that fruit smoothie, and she's a nurse, and it made sense. She was saying that that's probably why I didn't run out of breath. And it makes sense because when you eat a large meal and it goes to your stomach, that gas and the air that you inhale while you eat, that presses on your diaphragm. And the diaphragm, that's what moves up and down to fill your lungs with air so you can breathe. So if you have a lot of bloating and that gas presses on your diaphragm, it's going to keep it from moving and you're going to have trouble breathing. So one suggestion I have is eating light during the day before the performance. If you have a performance that evening, is going to give you much better breath control and you'll be able to keep your wind going. All I had that performance beforehand was some water, and I just had that fruit smoothie from Smoothie King. So a second thing that rappers, MCs can do is when they write their raps, you can write and put breaths in and substitute certain beats for breaths. And the way rap is now, you have like a triplet bass flow it's like a run-on sentence, whereas more of the old school / East Coast flow, it almost provided room for you to breathe. But what you can do with this new flow is you can substitute a beat for a breath, and you can write with breathing in mind and give yourself room to breathe in your lyrics. I'm gonna give you an example from one of my songs, Protege. Lacking hype in the street, but I got favor from my OG. He been making life sweet like the flavor from the whole tea. So every time I had pointed my finger, that was a way to make a breath. There's 4 beats in a bar, so you can use 3 of those beats for rhyming and use 1 of those beats for breaths. So that's one way you can do it. Like other rap coaches on YouTube have mentioned, is to write with breathing in mind and to incorporate breaths in your lyrics. And a lot of seasoned vets, you probably ought to do this without constantly thinking about it. Another thing you can do to have better breath control is do cardio on a regular basis. Look, I'm not a fitness influencer, but I try to work out most days of the week. And you know, after I lift weights, I do 30 minutes of cardio on a stationary bike, but I am getting more back into running and getting back more into like elliptical, treadmill, and things like that. And just doing cardio, that helps strengthen your heart so you can get more oxygen to your muscles. It becomes more efficient, right? But then also, scientific literature, it states that it will increase your lung capacity as well. So that'll help you keep your stream of breath without having to gasp for air as much. So those are my 3 tips. And rap is an art, but it's also a science. So keep that in mind. If you don't know, your diaphragm is a cavity between your chest or thorax, if you're a science nerd, your chest and your abdomen. And it's in close proximity to your stomach. So it goes up and down to help you breathe. And just think, the heavier you eat, the more pressure is going to be put on that diaphragm when your stomach expands. And that's going to keep you from breathing as optimally as you can. So those are my tips. Just want to share some game. You probably already know this, but just for aspiring MCs, especially Christian MCs, doing things with the spirit of excellence. Christian MCs, especially if you're preaching the gospel through your music, this needs to be heard and it needs to have clarity. And I don't have everything all figured out. I'm not big. I'll probably never make it big, but some history on me. I've been rapping for almost 20 years. I've been recording for a little over 10, just out of Memphis, and from freestyling and just doing various performances. And so just want to give some game, and y'all be easy, and God bless. Remember, whatever you do, do it unto the Lord and not for men. All right, take it easy.